was looking at all your guys' comments in here. We have Mod143. Welcome, Minnie. Hello, Minnie, my follower. Corn's mom, Just Jules, wife of Slayer Stacker. Wow, that's an interesting name. All right, we are here. I'm so excited about this, y'all, because I've actually been talking to him backstage with Chaz from Love After Lockup. So let's get started. I'm going to bring him up. If y'all have any questions in the chat, feel free to ask. I know he can only talk about, and I'll say it when I go live as well, when I bring him up, but he can only talk about anything related to up to the last episode. Anything up to that, we're free to talk about. So I just thought I'd let you all know ahead of time. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring up the man. Hey, everybody. I see y'all. Here we go. And there he is right there. Hello, Chaz. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm excited to have you here.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a few questions, and I won't be mean, I promise. Like
good.
People have been mean to him, y'all, and I don't like it. Like it's not nice. Don't be mean to him. Okay. Everybody already knows. I told them in here we can only ask questions. So if somebody asks questions in the chat that we can't answer, we just want we want to address them. But they can ask questions up to the last episode, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Chaz. He looks great. Yes, he does.
Oh, thank you.
I think he's fighting a little bit of a cold right now. So, hey, didn't you do a show last night for to raise money, donations for the flood victims?
Yeah, so I play in the band Untold Relic, and we played a fundraiser for the flood victims in Kentucky. It happened a couple weeks ago, and unfortunately, the weather was kind of a drag, so it was an outside show. But still, it was fun. It was a good time. We raised a few bucks here and there, so it was for a good thing.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I know I saw that you had to advertise, so that's amazing. So, okay, my first question for you.
Uh-oh.
Let's shoot. Okay, what made you go on the show?
So on the show, yeah, that was really weird because when I was dating Branwen while she was still incarcerated, she used to always tell me, hey, you need to watch this show. We can watch it together. It'd be kind of fun. Give us something to talk about. So every week we'd watch it and discuss it. We'd always joke around that, we should send an email and see what they say. And I don't know, it's kind of one day as kind of a goof, I sent him an email, attached both of our photos and said, this is who I am. This is who she is. And they called us the next day. He was like, wow, that's really weird, crazy. So that kind of one thing led to another. Yeah, it was really fast. I like to think as the fact that, I'm a retired Marine and, well, of course, her background. So they found that interesting, I think.
Bit of a difference there, huh?
Just a wee bit.
Just a tad, which, by the way, thank you for your service. I appreciate it, as I'm sure we all do.
Oh, thank you.
I love to support people who are in the service and whatnot. Thank you, Penelope. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Okay, so it was you that signed up for the show, or was it her?
I emailed the show, and it was kind of, like I said, both of us just kind of jokingly, like almost after every episode, we should just email them, see what they say. It was one of those kind of curiosity things. Yeah, I don't really say that myself or her kind of instigated it. It was just one day I was bored, I think, and I sent them an email. So, and then of course, I was like, they contacted me. Are you really interested? So, kind of went from there.
I can't believe they got back to you that quickly. That's crazy.
It was really quick.
So we all know that you are in a band.
Yes.
Very passionate about your band. Do you have other things you're passionate about?
Well, I work, of course, full time, and then I'm going to school, working on my master's. I also do my. I have just a lot of hobbies. I like working out in my garage, working on my vehicles, and I built a CNC mill, and so that's a lot of fun to cut stuff up with and make a lot of scraps. So it's pretty crazy. It was kind of my therapy from before. So
you stay busy all the time, don't you?
I stay incredibly busy. Otherwise, I start thinking about things I want to do, and I'd just rather go ahead and just try to do them. I kind of put my mind towards something and make that happen. When I got with the band, we needed T-shirts, and I'm like, why are we going to pay a company all this money to get T-shirts? I'm just going to learn how to print them. So I bought all the stuff, learned how to make my own silk screens and T-shirts, things like that.
You're a very handy man, aren't you?
I try to be. I also make a lot of really dumb purchases. Like you'll notice there's a drum set right behind me. And it was one of those things. It's like, well, I'm going to be recording my band. So it'd be nice to have a drum set here. So he doesn't have to bring his drum set to my house to record. So it happens.
Oh, let's see. Corn's mom says, how long have you been in the band?
I joined this band in 2021. Well, actually 2020, right at the end. Basically, what happened was they asked me to record their album. My bachelor's degree is in audio production, and when we went to lay down the scratch tracks the night before, their bass player got in a car accident, and he couldn't play. And so I was like, "Hey, I'll just lay down the bass tracks for you. We'll get that knocked out, so you don't have to wait for him to get healed up." And I just kind of never left. So that's kind of how that happened.
Wow. Well, that worked out well for you. Maybe not for the guy that was in the accident.
Yeah, I think he was kind of having feelings about doing a different direction anyway. So, it kind of worked out good for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
worked out for all involved, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do you ever get a chance to travel?
So we don't travel with this band, and it's really just because everybody in the band, they kind of have families and jobs, and then our schedules really suck. It's like I have Saturdays and Sundays off. My drummer has Fridays and Saturdays, I think, off. Or yeah, everybody just got weird hours, and so doing any amount of touring other than 100-mile drive would be ridiculous for us to try to do.
Wife of Slayer Stacker, that's a really hard name to say, says, what is Chaz getting his master's degree in?
I am getting my master's degree in digital journalism, so I can do
Oh, wow.
online productions. So I got the audio, learning the video part, and learning how to write properly.
That's interesting. Was hoping we would see Chaz in England.
Well, I'm not against it, but I don't think it'll. I don't think we'll be able to do it. I afford to do it with our band right now.
That would be cool, though. He could
Oh
go to
yeah,
England.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was hoping for, England or Japan or something cool like that. But
I would totally go to England if I had the chance.
oh, me too. Yeah. But yeah, if you got any rooms open or an open bed, I'll come there and
Janine?
let me crash for free or something.
Janine, he has let you know if you have a place for him to stay, that he's more than willing to come there. So there you go. Okay, I have a question here. So, have you ever dated anyone prior to Branwen who was incarcerated?
I did talk to a few inmates before I met Branwen, and nobody that I ever met. It was just so. I guess a backstory is back in 2015, my ex-wife, she passed away,
Right.
and I came home to find her, and that's a pretty terrible thing to process.
I'm so
And
sorry for your loss.
I appreciate that. I mean, it happened, and I've dealt with it. But during all that time, of course, I didn't leave my house for like 4 years, probably. I mean, I didn't like socializing. I didn't want to hang out with anybody, and so I figured, well, one way to kind of get used to talking to people again was to start writing people, get a pen pal, and an inmate was a safe bet because I didn't have to meet him if I didn't feel comfortable, and if it didn't work out, no harm, no foul. And it just happened by chance that I ran across Branwen's ad, and I was like, "Hey, she's kind of cute. Let me see what she has to say." And we just kind of hit it off. It's kind of nice, actually.
Am I allowed to ask what website that is?
Sure. Yeah, it was paperdolls.com, I think. Yeah.
Because I mean, I could see how after such a hard loss, and by the way, I'm friends with you on Facebook, so I have seen your previous wife. I've seen
Maria.
She was beautiful, by the way.
So, oh, absolutely, yeah, she's gorgeous.
She was a knockout. and I did see that she had been struggling with some type of illness, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is breaking my heart because you know how you start to go down that rabbit hole. I was like, wait a minute, I saw him because I saw you tag her, and I was like, oh wait, who is this? I went in and started looking. I'm like, oh, this is his previous wife, and I'm like, she's absolutely, she was gorgeous. So I really am sorry for your loss. I hate that. But yeah, I could see how it would be easier for you to start out slow and with the online situation because you aren't right next to that person. You don't really, and if you decide you don't want to talk to them anymore, you just don't talk to them anymore, right?
Right, exactly. And there's, I'd always watch out for the red flags because you'd get the ones you would chat with, and right out of the gate, they're like, hey, can you put money on my books? And it's like, no, I can't put money on your books. I'm not going to. Let's get to know each other first and see if it's something that I want to pursue.
Right.
And one of the nice things about Brandon, she actually never asked me for money. After we decided we were going to become something serious, I told her, it's like, well, let me, start giving you money because I need to get used to that too. So that's how that kind of came out.
That's interesting that she never asked for money. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it made me feel good.
Somebody else has a question. My son just bought a 12-string acoustic. Do you ever play one?
I sometimes have tried to play just a regular 6-string guitar, and I really suck at it. That B string throws me off every time. So I'll stick with bass and act like I know what I'm doing.
The only thing I ever played was the flute, and I was first chair. I was good, but yeah,
that's cool.
It's been a while.
That's a tough instrument to get, so nothing wrong with that.
I loved it. I couldn't get I started with clarinet. I'm like, nope, this thing sucks.
Well, I tried to play the cello and the viola for a while, but the bass, my dad took me to see Kiss when I was younger, and it's just it was life-changing.
So are you into 80s music as much as I am? Because I love it.
I love 80s music, but it's funny, I don't listen to it anymore. I don't even listen to heavy metal. Yeah, I really listen to like pop music, and I like J-pop a lot. Give me some Japanese pop, I'm all over that stuff. It's really weird, but I think it kind of helps when we write our music for our band. I take a whole different approach than they would even think, and I think they like it. I don't know.
You're like, if they do, if they don't, they're not saying anything, right?
Right. Well, like our last, excuse me, sorry, our last released single that we released, like it was a really heavy tune, and all of a sudden in the middle, I just broke it down to put this whole orchestrated section in there, and yeah, the look on their face at first was like, what the hell is this? But they kind of figured it out, and it worked really good for the song. So I'm kind of happy with it.
Well, speaking of your band, so there was an episode where Bram was watching your concert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you get to watch that episode and see whose house she was at while she was watching your concert?
I did. Yeah. I wasn't really thrilled about that. So
yeah, I didn't expect that you would be. I was just like, ooh, I want to know how he feels about that, because at first I couldn't see who she was with, because the way they show it on the episode, and I'm like, wait a minute, is she really with the ex? Like, what is going on right now? Kind of blew my mind. I thought, okay.
Well, what kind of pissed me off about that was when she was done and she just kind of looked at him and said, "Hello, weird." I'm like, what? What do you mean, hello, weird? So that was kind of insulting.
It kind of was. Yeah, I did notice she said that. I was like, girl, like, be a little bit nicer.
Yeah, I know, but I guess it's not for everybody.
No, I guess not. So I'm curious, do you have contact with any of the other cast members?
I've chatted with a few of the other cast members briefly. Rachel from a couple seasons ago, I've talked to her a few times, and she's really sweet. When I first got on the show, I reached out to her and Deontay because they're both Marines too. So it kind of gave us something in common. Yeah. And of course I told Rachel I was crushing on her, but she just kind of
Rachel is amazing.
She is. She's smart. She's funny. She's cute. Mm-hmm. What's there not to crush on her? But it's funny.
Why aren't we talking about that a little more?
Oh no. She's got better taste than me. But no, occasionally I say hi to her. No.
You do remember that she was with Doug, though, right?
Yeah, that's true. But no, it's like that would just be kind of weird. So
I guess, but still, I adore her. I think she's a sweeheart.
Yeah, she's really smart.
Deontay cracks me up. He's
He's
funny.
he is funny as hell, and he's really smart. I mean, he's not as much of a fool as they make him look on the show. He's got a lot going on upstairs.
Well, that's good to hear
Yeah.
because I wonder sometimes, like, dude, are you not seeing what we see?
Yeah. No, it's good for him. He's happy. He's having a good time. Why not?
Okay, so now we're gonna get down to a little bit of the nitty gritty.
Okay.
So you got a gift for your birthday.
Yes.
An interesting gift, I might add. Hi, Shade. Um, were you uncomfortable in that particular location? I don't even think I can say the club. We'll say the club.
The club. Well, yes. I mean, I wasn't uncomfortable being at the club, but it was more so that first off, I had all of her friends there, and I already knew her friends didn't like me, and so that was really awkward for me. But then having the cameras on me, and then I'm thinking, wait, my mom's gonna see this, and that's what made me really wigged out about it. It's like I don't want my mom to see me in a strip club with doing all this, especially with her new daughter-in-law. So that's what made me
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
and they were like all up in your face.
Yeah, definitely.
I
And then,
saw that and I'm like, okay, if that was my man, I'd be getting like a little bit. I'd be upset about that.
well, I mean,
I understand the club and the premise of it, but it would be like, yeah, step back just a little bit.
no, Bramley told me to have fun. She's the one who even suggested the lap dance. So I mean, that was all fine with her. I kept thinking of was that the old movie Dragnet, where they did the comedy spoof of it? I think it was in the 80s or 90s. Had the guy from Airplane and on there. I can't think of his name, Nelson. But yeah, I just remember because he was at the strip club and it kept going through my head. It's like, don't do this on camera. Because at one point the stripper like bent over and was looking at him through her legs, and he was like, "Ma'am," held his coffee, and I just don't do that. So it was a weird thing for me.
Yeah, I would imagine it would be. So I guess the other question I had was I noticed that after you guys left the club, then you had to drop her off at her place. So
Hmm.
there was no way for her to get like an extension given. I know because you had like a lot of. So what actually happened with the plane situation? I mean, it seemed like you were there in the airport for quite a while.
I was. So my flight was leaving Louisville at 6 a.m. in the morning. About 5:50 in the morning, every one of Southwest Airlines computers went down nationwide.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So my flight didn't leave for another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. When I landed in Phoenix, it was my flight had already left, my connecting flight. And so I got put on a different flight that would get me there about 7 or 8 at night. Okay, that sucks, but okay. So about 4 or 5 hours in, that flight got canceled because they couldn't get a pilot. So everybody's scrambling for the ticket counter. I go online, I buy me another ticket for another flight. I go do that, and that flight got canceled. So then I'm
Oh my
flying.
god.
Yeah, so my third ticket, I finally got there about 3 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, and that was her one night when she could stay all night, not be at home. So yeah, it's
Ah,
kind of a bummer.
I can't believe they couldn't give her one extra night. But I
No.
mean,
Yeah, she
that's
was having, well, she had her classes she had to go to. She has her schooling she has to go to, and she had just got out too. So I mean, she wasn't even on parole. She was on transitional leave. So I mean, her PO was really strict, and I don't blame him.
so is transitional leave. I mean, that's essentially the same as being in prison, but you're not, right?
Right.
You're
She's
just
in prison.
you're able to be out, but you're not. Okay,
Right.
got it.
Yeah. So she pretty much had to, stay by the book, do everything she was told to do, and that was that.
That makes sense because somebody wanted me to ask you why were you not able to stay with her in the apartment, but if I recall, it was the roommate that had an issue with it.
Yeah, so I mean, he wasn't real thrilled about having Bran with her anyway. I mean, he's kind of a loner, and he was just kind of doing a favor, and he was like, "I don't want anyone staying here," and I wasn't gonna argue with the guy. It's his apartment, it's like, all right, it's all
Right.
good, and he's always been cool to me. I don't have any reason to think that he was trying to do anything or pull a fast one, but you know, it's it's either I trust her or I don't.
True. Cassandra is fangirling right now over you, Chaz.
Well, thank you, Cassandra.
And I would imagine you're going to get much more of that. You just never know, do you?
No, no, it's yeah, it's nice. It's good for the ego. It's flattering, I guess. But I don't know how to
Right? I mean,
accept
everybody
it.
wants to hear that, correct?
Yeah, well,
I don't, I
absolutely. Who
don't get,
doesn't?
I don't get anybody fangirling over me. So
It's just weird for so many years. Like, I could stand in a crowd and nobody would notice me, seriously, because I'm short. I remember going to stores sometimes and people would actually just reach right over me like I wasn't even there. And it's like, come on, really?
wait a
So
minute, you can't be. Or how short? How tall are you?
I'm 5'5", and there's this guy. I was at Dick's. I was at Dick's Sporting Goods, and so I was looking at shoes, and this guy, he was, over 6 foot tall. He was huge, and so he's got his kid with him, and he kind of reaches and leans right over me to grab some shoes. And I elbowed him in the dick, or elbowed him in the
You can
groin.
say dick.
Oh,
It's okay.
okay. And I'm like,
We won't
dude,
get dinged for
it's
that.
like, what are you teaching your kid? Don't be rude, It was just kind of messed up. So.
Cassandra says, "You're welcome. You're a sweetheart. I don't want to see you get hurt." I know, Cassandra. We're all like that. And Raquel apparently gave us these symbols for day. Thanks,
It
Raquel.
is
I
the
appreciate
sporting goods place.
it. Raquel is my co-host. She has been MIA for a bit, and we will go into that later
Ah,
live. But she is an absolute sweet. All these women here are amazing. I
yeah,
have, I
everybody's
really,
nice.
I have really good people that come into my life. So yeah, we don't ever have any problems. I don't allow hate. I don't allow any, fighting back and forth. No bickering. Everybody knows that.
That's
So
good.
it's pretty chill in here.
That's good.
So
On
okay,
fun sides, that's it.
yeah. Well, and my channel is not based on hate either. I don't like that. So it's not my thing. Okay, I have a question, and I hope if it's overbounds, you tell me. I can
All right.
answer it or I can't. Do you feel like you were being used by Brandon?
Uh, yeah, that's a tough one. I don't think I was being used per se. I just feel like she has a lot of when she got out and the reality of she could be stuck with me for life and either me or her previous life. So that kind of opened her eyes to maybe how she really feels about things, but we shall see.
I guess it is a lot different too, though, when you're having a conversation either over the phone or on the internet or whatever, basis when you like meet in person. I think it's just so different.
I did fly out to meet her once before we even met, and so and again on that meeting, it was like, all right, so now you see me in person. This is what I'm really like, and she was still all into me, so I went with her word.
Okay, I don't know if you can answer this one yet or not either, but did you suspect any type of substance abuse while you were there visiting in Oregon?
So there were some things that kind of made me raise an eye, but even up in this last episode, I'm like, I'm trying to get my marriage to work. I want my wife to move with me to Kentucky. So I'm not going to raise that subject to her and just make things worse.
Right.
It's kind of, at that whole teetering on a fine line there. And I didn't want to do anything that was going to upset her. And I'm pretty easygoing for the most part.
Oh well, you seem very easygoing. I mean, I've seen you get a little upset occasionally, but not very often.
Behind the
Cassandra
scenes, there's a
says,
lot of cussing.
dude, I cuss all the time. My mom absolutely hates it. I'm like, sorry, mom, can't help it.
Right. As a bird,
Cassandra says Chaz should come into your lives sometimes. We have fun in here. Yes, we do. I have this weird obsession with like prison shows. I can't figure it out. I even mentioned I did 60 Days In yesterday. I'm like, was I in prison in the past or something? Because
That's a
my
trippy
obsession
show.
my obsession is this season is good. I don't know if you're watching it. I know you have a lot on your plate, but if you get a chance, watch this season because it is a good one.
Really,
It's a
I
good one. Yeah.
watched a little bit, a few episodes of like probably last season again when I was talking to Branwyn. So
You're like,
but yeah, it
oh,
was pretty weird.
Oh, this season though is going to be good. Good. Okay. So has being on the show made you bitter towards love? I mean, like, if for instance, and let's say, I know it can only come up to the last episode, if this doesn't work out, we kind of know what's going on. If it doesn't work out, I mean, has it made you a little bitter, like, towards having another relationship in the future?
I'm not I'm not bitter about having another relationship in the future. Just more cautious.
There you go.
I will definitely ask a lot more questions and look deeper.
Ooh, Raquel wants to know, when is your band coming to DC?
Oh, I wish that would be fun. But yeah, like I said, there's no plans on us doing any touring or anything. It's like we couldn't afford to do it.
Y'all, this man has a lot on his plate.
Well, personally, I can get away if I needed to, but the rest of the guys, they're working and they got wife and kids and stuff, and so they got to worry about all that.
You probably need the rest of the guys, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't really work much without me. Our singer, he's the guy. He's the guy.
Yeah, it helps to have a singer. I can't sing, or I would help you out, but I can't sing. I try.
Yeah, with the contacts too. You gotta have the crazy contacts.
So, my favorite song of all time, and even my teenage daughter knows this, that if Bohemian Rhapsody comes on in my car, like, shove something in your ears, because I'm going to turn it up as loud as I can get it, and I am going to sing. I don't care how bad it sounds.
Especially the section where it starts rocking. Yeah, you gotta do it.
Like, my kid is even over there going, I can see her a little bit doing this. She's like, so she bought me for my birthday the best of Queen. And I was like,
nice.
Okay, she knows me. She's 15. She knows me. She's got me. Yeah. She understands me.
Yeah, I could listen to them any day of the week. Such an amazing band. Oh my
God, I'm obsessed. I don't know. I love 80s music, but that primarily is like one of my favorites. Oh, actually, somebody asked earlier, and if you were going to play for us. Who was that? I think it was Raquel.
Oh no, I don't have anything set up here to play for that right now. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. We understand. Maybe you'll come back after the show is over with, and we'll like be all prepared and whatnot.
There we go. We'll see if that could happen. I get really nervous when I'm by myself. I need a drummer and guitar player with me.
Need all your peeps. That makes sense.
I need my peeps. Yeah, my peeps.
Your peeps. Okay, so if this doesn't work out, would you date another inmate?
Oh wow, she'd have to be really damn cool. I mean, it would be like no playing or anything. Sorry, I'm getting yelled at by my cats too.
I hear that.
Yeah, he hears me talking. So he has a thing. When my mother used to call, and he thinks it was for him, and now he always thinks if I'm talking, I must be talking to my mom for him or something. So.
Oh, well, usually my dog is right underneath my feet, but I have the door closed this time just in case, because she'll come in here and like bang the door up against the wall trying to get in the door. I'm like, that's a bit aggressive, but okay.
Yeah, really.
She's my buddy though. She's a good dog.
Good.
Can Mods drop a link to his band? Yes. Please do that. Someone drop a link for his band.
It's on YouTube under Untold Relic, and Relic is killer. Yeah, Relic is killer spelled backwards.
Oh, I never even thought about that.
Yeah. We sing about murders and horror shows and slasher movies, things like that.
Nice. I am so into those. Not even.
It's fun. I mean, it's a good joke. Like the band, I don't know, somehow we all like the show What They Do in the Shadows. And so, of course, they, our singer always calls me Colin Robinson, if you're familiar with the show. And it's kind of, it's their thing, I guess.
Did Chaz ever date or marry an inmate prior to Bramlin?
I did not. I spoke to some, but I never got married to an inmate prior to Branwyn. There of course a few of them got a little bit serious, at least serious talk, but nothing came out of it.
Okay, I know you've been married a few times in the past.
I've been to more of my own marriages, wedding ceremonies, than I've been to other wedding ceremonies, I think.
Am I allowed to ask? Like, I mean, it was. I know that your previous wife's passed. I mean, was there just not Were you
Excuse
are
me.
you a bad picker? Like I try to call myself I'm a bad picker sometimes.
So yeah, I think I am. Like my first wife, we were young. We were really young. And so that was just a mistake all the way around. But we're actually good friends. We're friends on Facebook. We talk every now and then. She's a sweetheart. She's married to some guy, and she's really happy, and it's cool. Then my second wife, like drugs, crack addict, something like that, and I didn't know that
Wow.
until like the week after we got married, and she emptied out my bank account. So yeah,
Oh
I
my
ended that as quick
God.
as I could. Yeah, she was a backup singer in a country band I was playing in at the time. And yes,
Wow.
that was kind of a nightmare. Then my third wife was bipolar, very abusive. And
Oh no.
yeah, so it took me years to find her, to have her served. Yeah, she was kind of psychotic to some degree. And yeah, it was a scary situation all the way around. Like I was on crutches. I had like messed up my leg, and I went out to check the mail when she was mad at me, and she locked me out of the house, and all I had was my crutches and me, and I had to sleep in the park across the street till she let me back in. She was that sort of psycho. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was nuts.
Okay,
So
Chaz, we're gonna have to work on this next relationship for you. If this doesn't work out, we're gonna have to find you somebody really, really good. Okay?
yeah,
And
yeah, I
there's
know.
a lot of good women in here who can help you out with that. If things don't turn out the way well, you want them to turn out well, but you never
Right.
know.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to have whoever, if ever somebody else comes along, have them vetted properly.
Yes, you know what? We are some serious badass women in here.
Julie, I love your cats.
We will vet her to the core. Like you just let us know. We'll check everything. We get background checks. No.
That sounds
I've,
good to me.
I've always said women are like, we're better than the FBI and CIA put together because if a woman wants to know about something, they will go to any length to find it out.
And yeah, I don't doubt
Haven't you
that. I've
noticed?
noticed that. Yeah, I've known a few women.
Yeah, we're a little bit nosy, but that's okay. You need a professional badass, Raquel says.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. Yes.
actually, Raquel is a professional badass. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. All right. That's cool.
She is. I'm not even lying. Like this girl, she's amazing.
Making me
She's
scared
amazing.
now.
That's why she's my co-host because she's amazing. I mean, she just is. Yes, I put on there to please drop info about his band. So I read that you do some voiceovers.
I do a little bit. I haven't done anything professionally. I do it like for my bachelor's degree was in audio production, so I had to do some for that, and my work caught on to it. And so sometimes when they have to do like video presentations, it's like greetings, welcome to things like that. So, yeah,
That was really good.
yeah. Then that's what I do. So, but yeah. So on my profile page, I have a few voiceovers that I did, and it kind of cracks me up when I hear it. It's like, wow, I actually sound kind of different when I do that.
Men that love cats are keepers.
And so are women. It's the ones that tell me they don't like cats I have to raise an eye at.
Oh, I don't dislike cats. I'm just more of a dog person, but I do like cats too.
I mean, I like dogs too. It's just, if you don't like cats, it's kind of weird because they're really gentle and sweet, and they kind of read your moods. Like if I'm feeling bad, my love bug, yeah, that's her name, love bug. She snuggles up
Her
with me,
name
and
is Lovebug.
yeah, I've got love bug, ladybug, and cowboy.
Wait, and what's the last one?
Cowboy. He's the noisy boy cat that was just here.
Cowboy. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, well, when he was little, he had the cow pattern on his back, and he was a boy, so cowboy. You know.
That's interesting. Raquel says, "Oh my God, you sound like the movie phone guy." He does. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's. I couldn't even do that if I tried now. But thanks, got in my head.
Does anybody? I mean, I know I remember back in the day when you had to find out movie times, you had to call to find
Yeah,
out movie time places and whatnot.
or trust the newspaper.
Yeah, or trust a newspaper. Now everything's all online. You can even choose your seats. I'm like, okay, I'm good with that. Here
Yeah, I kind of
is
dig that.
There is
Oh,
the
cool.
link. There it is. My
And
mod
there's
did.
one of the videos on there, the called Pandemonic. I actually did the editing for that video. They didn't let me touch the other ones, but that one I got to do. So I'm kind of happy with it.
That's kind of a cool job, though.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Kind
fun.
of a nice little hobby, at least, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. But that album, I actually mixed and mastered it too. So it came out pretty good. It's the first one I did after I graduated.
Wait a minute. Somebody. Oh, Crystal has a cat named Lovebug.
Does she have a sister named Ladybug though? That's the question.
Yeah, does your cat have a sister named Ladybug?
Yeah, those were the names when they adopted me, and so I just kind of kept them, you know.
Well, when I first moved into this house, there was a cat here named Lovey, and I was like, okay, who named that cat? A guy did not name that cat. No, apparently it was the ex-wife. I'm just like,
All
oh,
right,
okay.
right. That's
Of
cool.
course it was. Cowboy sounds like Tripper. Oh, her cat's name is Trip. That's why.
Oh, cool. Gotcha. Very cool.
Do you ever Jules is an interesting channel you might want to subscribe to. Jules, drop a link in here for your or can you? You're not one of my mods, are you? Can somebody drop a link for her channel in here? I don't know if Chaz is all about that drama though. Well, I mean it's drama, but she makes it funny though. She makes things very funny. I enjoy it.
I got thin skin. I don't know if I can deal with that.
You're so busy all the time too.
Yeah, really incredibly busy.
What does Chaz? Oh, this is a good question actually. Thank you, Shade. Shade, by the way, is gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
I agree. I've been sitting here like crushing on her
I was like,
picture.
wait a minute.
Like,
It's the first time I've ever really looked at her face. Like Chaz meets Shade. Shade meets Chaz.
yeah, no, she could do way better than me.
You gotta stop that. Okay. No. You
Oh no,
cannot
I mean
have that.
because Shade, what
No.
you're like 24? I'm like 56. You know.
I don't know. Shade, I hate to ask your age, hon, but what is your age?
Nah.
What does it matter? Age doesn't matter. Look at David and Annie on 90 Days. She's half his age, and they get along excellent. I'm not even lying. They're the cutest couple I've ever seen in my life. So don't hate on the age situation.
I'm not hating on the age situation.
It could be good. Yeah, Shade is gorgeous. I might be crushing on her. So it says what she says. What does Chaz like about the show and dislike about the show? That's a good question.
So I like the show because it's such a different thing. I mean, you actually get treated really good while you're filming. Of course, it's long and busy days, but it's kind of nice. Like you're the star, and that's kind of cool to get that sort of treatment to some degree. But what I don't like is the fact I have no say in the direction that the show takes it. Because I'm not really that big of a dork, but they really make me go that extra mile to make me look like a dork. Like our famous tongue kisses. It's like, yeah. So that wasn't like the kiss we did every time, but we filmed our marriage like 4 times, and that was the one they used. So
really,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised by that at all. I didn't know 4 times.
Yeah. So
Wow,
that was like when we're just like, we're done.
After like the second or third time, it's kind of like, okay, we just get this done already.
Exactly.
I know that they clip like what they want to all make it look a certain way and whatnot. Like we all know, reality shows are not completely real.
Excuse me.
But I wondered about that if they made your character look like a little bit more,
Yeah.
well,
Like that was when I wore my glasses, and I don't like wearing my glasses, so that was kind of weird. And also, like that scar in the back of my head, I had no idea it showed that bad, and so I started growing my hair out longer in the back because I don't want it to show all the time. It's embarrassing.
Aww.
So, but I mean, had I known it would look that bad, I would have never had my hair cut that short. So
I don't think I really noticed it. Why did I not catch that?
I don't know, but like after the very first episode we was on, I remember looking on Twitter or something, and somebody's like, "Did he have a lobotomy?" And I got on there trolling them. I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of rude of you to point out on a public forum." And next thing I know, it's like Chaz got a lobotomy. It's like, okay,
yeah, seriously, doesn't it kill you how people take? And I always say this: things when you're typing, like when you're writing. Things get lost in translation so easily. Yes. And I love sarcasm and I'm smart ass. So it's like when I write things, I'm writing them in the way that I'm thinking them. Like I'm being a smartass, don't take it seriously. And then the person on the other end obviously takes it seriously and goes, "What did you mean by that?" And I'm like, "Oh,
Yes.
Jesus!
I
Now I have
call
to explain."
I coined a term for that. I actually call it snarkasm because I get
Ooh,
snarky and sarcastic. Yeah. But
I'm gonna
that's
I'm gonna put that in my description.
but
Sarcasm. I
no,
like
I'm the same way though. It's like when I see something on there, I just want to troll them back or say something, and you wouldn't believe how many times I backspace and retype it, and I'm like, it ain't even worth it. It's just not worth it. So I drop it.
Jules says, "You look amazing for 56. Coming from me, and I am 51 plus 1 equals 53." Yeah, we have
Nice.
somebody in the community that can't quite do math very well. So I'm like, yes, you do. You do
Well,
look, you
thank
look,
you very much.
you don't look your age at all.
It's 20
Um,
years in the Marine Corps. It's
so
that did it for me.
what actually, how did you get the scar? Am I able to ask that or?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I'm really vain. When I retired from the Marine Corps, actually after my wife died, I was like, I'm tired of the way I look, and so I wanted to get hair transplants. So that's the scar where they took the hair from.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
Well,
women can get boobs done. I can get hair done, right? Right.
amen. You know what? You
Yeah.
can get whatever you want done.
I'm about ready
It's
to get
that.
this all tucked too before you know it.
I know. You know what's weird is that when you sit here and you look at yourself on screen a lot, especially, and I know you, because, dude, I have an 82-inch TV. I see you really big. Okay, I'm just like we just got that TV not too long ago. I'm like, oh my god, I wonder if they notice this and that and so on. I'm like, and
I
why is their
noticed.
makeup? I'd be like, why is their makeup so bad? When I see females on there, I'm thinking, is it that bad, or is it our TV is just that crisp? Because
Yeah.
it's
When I
binge
look
worthy.
down and I see that, it drives me up the wall. It's like, all right, I'm getting that fixed. I don't care.
He's like getting the work done.
Yeah, getting the work done.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, Raquel. So,
Wait, would I get like the what would I get for winning that?
what would you get? You would get a good woman.
A good woman.
If
Okay.
in case in case this one doesn't work out,
Right.
we all know that there's gossip going around. We're pretty aware of that. Chaz,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
handsome. Stop that. Cassandra said, "Stop it. You're handsome."
Oh,
I
thank you,
agree.
Cassandra.
I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit, so don't do that because that is women like a man who is very confident in themselves. So I will give you that little hint.
If you would have
Just
known me when I was in the Marine Corps, I was way more confident. It's just getting out, moving to Kentucky. All of a sudden, I'm this guy that's 5'5" and everybody's 6'2", and nobody would even give me the time of the day. And
aw,
yeah, it was a real blow to the ego. So I'm getting used to living again.
well, and you should
Thank you.
be.
Thank you,
Chaz is
Crystal.
handsome. He deserves a great lady. Chaz, you are very attractive. Chaz, ladies in here are liking you.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do.
Does he wait? Jules says, does he feel it is scripted? So do you feel the show is scripted, or are you allowed to answer that?
It's not scripted, but they direct they show the directions that they want you to take in different scenes. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my biggest embarrassing point of the whole show was at the diner with her daughter. My credit card was not declined. Okay, it was not. I refused to accept that, and it took like 4 takes because I kept saying, no, you're not going to decline my credit card because it is good, and I didn't want to have that embarrassment. And
I wondered about that. I thought that
yeah,
seems a little odd.
yeah. The first time they did, I pulled out a different credit card. They're like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, yes, I can. And so yeah.
So just so you know, Shade earlier said she is an 80s baby.
Nothing wrong with the 80s. My wife is an 80s baby.
No, there's nothing wrong with the 80s. But my goodness, girl, whatever your secret is, you need to
I need some of that in
send
my
me a
water.
DM, honey. Send me a DM. On that scene, wait a minute. What on that scene did you really get legally married?
We did. Yeah. Yeah, we did. I have the certificate and everything to prove it. It was I paid for the judge.
He's got the
Yeah.
paperwork.
Yeah. So yes, and
Wow.
crazier things are afoot.
So how much did it bother you when you went to pick her up from the prison and the ex is there, and obviously we expect the family to be there, but why did the ex feel the need to, or is that something that you feel like the show may have kind of
No,
Encouraged.
that was on him. So the night before she was getting released, she called me up and she's like, Aaron's gonna said he was gonna show up. I don't want him to show up. And I'm like, well, why is he gonna show up? Because he feels like he needs to show his respects, show his gratitude, whatever. I'm like, well, tell him no. This is our day. This is your day.
Right.
And so he took it upon himself to show up anyway. And I'm kind of more pissed off at Jessica for allowing him to get in her car when she knew that Branwen and myself did not want him there. So that's kind of crappy of her too. But I mean, they're all friends and everything. And like when I said what I really felt about him on the first season, I got some hate email from him even. And that's why I actually apologized to him in public, just trying to be the bigger man. But I do think he's an asshole and a jerk. But that's just me. He really is.
I 100% agree. I mean, I usually don't say things like that about people I don't know. However, I feel like, look, dude, you know that she literally just got married to a very good man. Like, why are you trying to step in the middle of it?
Exactly.
What's the purpose?
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Mess up her life again? Great. You already did that once. You saw how that went.
And Lord bless him, he needs to do something with those teeth. I'm sorry. I had to put that out there. I'm just like, why? Like, not attractive at all. I'm sorry, but if I had to put the two of y'all, I would pick you any day.
Well, maybe it's just the look he's going for.
Oh, I don't know. Chaz, I'm going to be going for a suck and tuck at some point too. Look at everybody's getting.
That's kinky. What the hell is that? No, I'm kidding. That's cool.
Raquel,
I read the tuck part wrong at first, and it just sucked. That's the first thing that was in my head.
Or did you read the suck part wrong?
Yeah. But that's very cool.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea. Shade can be one of the contestants. Yes, we're gonna have a matchmaking session here.
Maybe Shade's wearing a filter.
He's gonna have to come back because I feel like, yeah. Oh, Adri has lived in Kentucky for 18 years.
Oh, nice. I've actually only been here for going on 10 years.
I was gonna say, you don't sound like you have like that accent that most Southerners have.
Yeah,
from Kentucky.
I've stayed inside. I moved from Hawaii to Kentucky, so I'm still getting over the culture shock of that, for lack of better words.
Shade says she's taken, but it's a little rocky. Okay. Well, Shade, if anything ever happens there and it becomes worse than rocky, and y'all go, you let me know, okay?
Hey, Shade, here's a little secret. I'm taken at the moment too, but it's a little rocky.
I love that response. Perfect response, Chaz. Yeah, we know it's a little rocky right now. Just a tad. Shade says hers are filters. Well, so am I. I'm sitting here with a filter. I don't care.
Wait, where did you guys get filters from? Crap, I don't know this. Oh man, I didn't get any filters.
Yes, there. If you so you know for the future. I mean, but you look fabulous anyway. So you can go into Snapchat, the Snap camera. You can download it on your computer, and then you can be anything you want to be. You can be a banana. You can be a fork. You can be a pack of.
I would definitely do a fork. I would definitely do a fork.
Oh, the fork one is hilarious. Let me see if I can pull that up super duper quick for you.
And I do apologize. I just realized that my background is like purple, so it's making my face look pink. So I'm not really pink.
I have a kind of a reddish sign behind me, and I had somebody always like, "Why is your face so red?" Well, check this out.
Okay, I've never seen that one before.
It's insanity. There are some of the wildest filters on here. You would be shocked.
That's amazing.
This one's actually pretty cool. I kind of like that one.
Yeah,
that one I get on board with.
See, and I have messed with a few of the Snapchat filters, but it's in my circles, it's not really a thing, So
I didn't know. Actually, Jules, who's in here, is the one that introduced me to it, and I was like, "Shut up! We can do filters on YouTube." I was like, thank you, Lord, because I hate doing my makeup every single time I go live, and I like to show my face. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's more personable, especially when you're doing interviews.
I got to figure this out.
Adri is from Louisville. I'm from Tennessee, so I'm from like a state right below you.
Yeah, I just went to Knoxville to see Paul McCartney in concert in June. Yeah, I love going down to
Shut
Tennessee. Bought my
up.
motorcycle from there too, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I love Paul McCartney. I
Oh,
bet that was a good
oh,
concert.
oh my God. Yeah, 80 years old, and the guy played for 3 hours nonstop. I mean,
Are
who
you
does that?
kidding?
No, and he was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, according to Amber is here. Hello, according to Amber.
Amber.
You know Amber. She
I
covers
know
Love
her.
After Lockup and whatnot too. She's amazing. By the way, Amber, y'all, I don't know if you know this, is getting ready to have a baby. And I'm so excited for her. She is like, to quote her, hella pregnant. And she is an absolute doll. I listen to her all the time. As a matter of fact, a lot of the information I get on the shows comes from her because a lot of times I'm too busy to look it up.
When our
She
first episode aired, it was funny because a friend of mine called me from work, and I was in Portland at the time. He called me, and he's like, dude, he's like, a blogger's already reporting on you, and sure as shit, it was Amber. I'm like, really? It was cool. Amber rocks. I love her.
busted Amber. Can somebody please drop a link for Amber's channel in here? According to Amber, she is amazing. And I'm excited for her. She does have a new little one coming up. So yeah, she's really cool. I like her.
Raquel, I went from Hawaii to Kentucky because I retired from the Marine Corps and I couldn't afford to buy a house and stay there. It's a bit expensive there, so I bought a house in
I've,
Kentucky.
I've heard it's insane down there. I've never made it to Hawaii, and I'm dying to go there. But I've heard it is so outrageous
It
with
really is.
prices.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
nuts. A friend of mine just built a house on the Big Island, so I'm gonna hit him up next time I take a trip there.
That is my one place. I want to go to Hawaii and
You gotta
well
go.
Italy. They're not even in the same vicinity, but those are kind of my bucket list places. So
Well, I
I haven't
definitely
been.
love to travel. That was one of the perks of being in the Marine Corps. I got to go everywhere.
Wait,
Amber.
who looks like an everyday loser, Minnie? She's not talking about you. I know. It
Oh,
must be. No, they're talking about other. He's like, I'm gonna beat you up.
no. Yeah, right.
They're talking about other stuff in the chat. They do that often, and I'll be
Oh,
like, wait,
okay.
I'm so lost. Amber is on it. And I mean, this girl, I gotta give her credit now. She's due almost any day, and she still manages to get information out there that I'll just be like, wait, I have not even heard this yet.
Oh, here's a
So
little secret too. It's like so for my master's degree, I had to do a podcast just for class, and Amber agreed to let me interview her, which was really cool. So she's the best. Yeah.
oh, I love that.
Yeah. It was really nice.
When you guys do that, let me
Oh,
hey Amber.
it's not gonna be published anywhere. It was just for my class. So that's all.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you did it for like practice and whatnot, huh?
Yeah, just for grade. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was like, hey,
I,
why not?
I think we should. You know what? We should invite Amber on our next interview.
You should. She's amazing. Amber's
I
awesome.
know. I know. I
She's
really
got
like her.
quite the story too.
Does she?
Yeah, yeah. She's amazing. Really.
Well, dang. Maybe I need to interview Amber too, huh?
People are missing out. Yeah. People are really missing out. She's got quite the tale how she got where she is.
Why does Chaz? Hold on. Why does Chaz? Who does Chaz like to or talk like on the cast besides Deontay? Who does he talk? Wait, who does Chaz talk to or like on the cast? Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I talked to Sarah about a month ago, and they invited Bramwin and myself out for lunch one of these days. And Taylor's reached out to me. We talked a bit. And who else? Oh, Lindsay. She said hi to me a few times. We've talked for a little bit. Trying to remember who else. I know there's a few others, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, everybody's really nice. It's one of those. Oh, John from last couple seasons. He's reached out to me a few times too.
John
But yes,
Miller?
yeah. So they're
Yeah,
all.
I did an interview with him. He's an interesting guy.
He's
He, he's
cool.
re- he's really into all the like haunted houses and the memorabilia from a lot of like the weird stuff. I'm just like,
Oh, really? The macabre, however you pronounce it.
he gets into all that kind of stuff. And he has a well, I don't know how new they are now. They're actually engaged. He's engaged again. Do you know that?
Yeah, he actually reached out to me because he wanted to do a video for his proposal, and he asked me to do it, but I was out of town. I didn't have time to record. I really wanted to. That'd have been really sweet. But
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't actually. I don't know if I have seen how their proposal went or not. I don't think I've seen it.
oh, I really hope he already did it because this is a few months back. I assumed he did, but I'm really sorry, John, if I just spoiled it. um, but yeah,
Yeah,
I collect like microphones. I actually dig like microphones, and I collect bass guitars. I have a whole shit ton of bass guitars.
really?
Yeah, I do.
That's kind of cool. Thanks, you guys are too sweet. Did Chaz watch the show before he was on it?
I
Good question.
watched the previous season, and that was because Branwen asked me to watch it. Like I said, gave us something to talk about on Fridays after the show was over. So,
Did she have any opinions on who was on the show and whatnot, or no?
oh yeah, we had a lot of opinions on who was on the show. Definitely, yeah. She liked oh who was with Sean and John, Lacey. She liked Lacey a
Lacey.
lot. Yeah, and I told her that I thought Rachel was cute, so we we talk about things like that. Yeah.
And Rachel is like she's not very tall either, so I think
I
the young
know.
height would be like perfect.
Yeah, I just it's one of those things. I don't know. We might cancel each other out. We're so similar.
Could be. Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes when you're too much alike, it doesn't work so well, huh?
and she's way too smart. She'd read right through me.
Well, I don't think you give yourself enough credit.
Oh no, she's really smart. I mean, she's an engineer. I mean, she's she'd laugh at me. She'd be like, "Oh, you don't know your math." I'd be like, I got 10 fingers and we're good."
Hey, Chaz, you do remember she was with Doug.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
You have to, I mean, come on. Let's compare you to Dougie, whatever it was that they call. Oh my.
It was really funny when I talked to her too, because she's like, "Do you really think that I stocked my refrigerator full of bologna?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess you probably didn't." And it was just really funny. It's like things started coming together.
She did dress like a pickle, though.
No, that was that prison guard lady. That was the one that was.
Oh, that was the other girl.
Yeah,
My
yeah. I can't
bad.
think of her name.
Pickle
Yeah,
lady. I forgot about her. Yeah, I got them confused. That's right. She was the bologna. The other one was pickle.
I
And what
even
did we
joked to
have?
Branwen I was gonna dress up as a pickle just to be stupid, and she's like, "You better not dress up as a pickle to come pick me up."
I don't
So
know.
I
You
didn't.
might as well, right?
No, we was already weird enough wearing our sweats.
Weird enough wearing your sweats.
Yeah. And that was an interesting story too, because I told her since I was going to propose to her and we decided we are going to get married the day she got out, I was going to dress up. I was like, I'm going to wear a suit, get dressed up to the nines. And she's like, you can't do that to me because I'm going to be in sweats. And I'm like, that's a good point. That'd be kind of shitty on your wedding day. So we decided on black sweats, just to make it quick and easy. And that was
Yeah.
before like the show or anything. This was just us talking.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like the sweats idea. I mean, hey.
I'm
But
glad
it's not
because
like,
it was raining. It was raining that day too. So I'm glad we had sweats.
yeah, because it's probably kind of chilly there.
Yeah, it was really cold. That was in
So
February.
I think I can ask you this. So as far as we know, she's still in Oregon. You're still in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a question I want to ask you so bad, but I don't know if you can answer it.
I will tell you no if I can't.
Did y'all ever consummate the marriage?
I'm not going to answer that one.
Okay, I get it.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Oh, stay tuned. Oh, we're gonna see more, y'all. He's telling us we're gonna see more. I'm excited. I'm ready. I am ready. This is an interesting season so far. I kind of like this season.
I'm not a big fan of it.
You're not a big fan of it?
I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah.
Well, I can see why. Yeah, because you're in the middle of it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm having to replay all this stuff again.
Where in Kentucky? Oh, where is he in Kentucky?
I live in LaGrange. It's just about 20 minutes north of Louisville.
Now, y'all don't be going looking up his address, okay?
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first person, it seems like.
I know he was telling me that before on there. They had a little bit of a strange encounter.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Like people get so in, they get so invested in these shows and the people that are on them. They get like some of them can get stalkerish,
Well,
so to speak.
I think what it is, it's because they see me on the show and they feel they have a connection, like they know me from how I'm portrayed, and so they already have a connection. And so when I'm nice to them, they're just thinking that's just an extension of what they already feel. Um,
Right.
and so to them, it's like, oh yeah, I'm in agreement. Whereas I'm just like, I don't know you, but hey, I'm being nice because let's get to know each other. Whether it's just common niceties or if it's something deeper. And I think that's I know the feeling. Like when going back to Rachel, not that I was expecting anything, but when I first talked to her and she talked back, I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I already know her. And I realized, wait, I don't know her, and so I knew that was kind of crazy talk. But
You know her as the baloney chick, right? That who's
yeah,
dating
exactly.
the really bad guy named Doug. Yeah, I
Right.
mean,
But it's just easy to get invested these people because you watch them and you start following the story and you start feeling for what they're going through. And like with
right.
her, I was like, just like with people with me, I'm sure they're like, how can you not see that? And it's like, well, love
That
is
was one of the main questions that I got on the Facebook group was like, "Hey, does he not? Why is he not seeing what we're seeing?" And I'm like, well, he's in it, and we're not. We're just outsiders watching in. So
yeah,
obviously, we're seeing things the way that they want us to see it. We don't know
yeah.
if that's exactly the way it's happening while you're in the moment.
Well, also as you can tell, I mean, Branwen, she teeters a lot because she's still dealing with getting through addiction, getting out of prison. And so subjects that kind of I could see was upsetting her, I would try to steer away from those subjects. And it's just because I didn't want to add any more stress to an already stressful marriage or
Right.
stressful life for her. So, I was kind of treading, shallow or deep water there.
So do we think, or do you think, I mean, when it came time to get, and I'm not going to ask you if you consummated, but I noticed when it came time for you guys to get intimate at one point, or sort of go in there, she got like very anxious, maybe having a panic attack, so to speak. I have heard people say in the past that when they're addicts or alcoholics or whatever, and then they, try to go back into normal activities minus the substance abuse or the alcohol or whatever, that it's
Right.
difficult. Do you think that's what really took place there, or was she trying to just avoid?
I like to think I like to think that she was of course really nervous. I mean, and I was incredibly nervous. It's like here we were, we had cameras and lights on us, and like, all right, get romantic. And we're like, yeah, okay. Have you met me? Have you met
Yikes!
her? Yeah.
Do it
And so
now.
yeah, because I mean, Brandon, she was all ready. She was gonna take her top off and just have a fun time. And she just kind of in the moment realized that everybody was watching and she kind of freaked out. And of course, I was kind of freaked out too. And so I think our energy fed each other's energy, and that's how she reacted and responded. There's also the possibility that she was trying to avoid it. And again, given the situation we were in at that time with cameras and everybody around watching, I was kind of happy we didn't either because I didn't want to have to pull that stunt where they always tell the cameras to leave. So that was just kind of weird. You know,
Yeah, I've seen that stunt many times.
yeah.
And I've also seen times where the cameras don't leave. I'm
And
just
that
saying.
was one of those times too, because I'm like, can you guys, when she started, freaking out, I'm like, can you guys just get out of here and give us a moment? And they're like, nope, we're filming, and that's what
Nope,
happened.
we're here to do our job.
Yeah, that's why she went in the bathroom. I was like, just go and cool off, get some, water, freshen up what you need to do. It was bad. It was really
I
bad.
can't say that I blame her. I think that would be. I mean, you're already stressed enough, given it's a new person.
Yeah.
She just got out of prison, fresh out of prison, hasn't been out long. Like I could see where that would be a
Well,
lot of
and
stress.
the show tries to really, try to present normal people in normal situations, and they understand that the cameras are on. But like for me, when I was getting ready to go pick up Brandwin, they're like, "Well, can we catch you getting out of the shower?" I'm like, "No, you can't catch me getting out of the shower." Well, how about just in your underwear, like getting ready? It's like, no, I'm not gonna be in my underwear getting ready either. I'll put my socks on. I'll have my socks on. I'll have all the rest of my clothes on, but that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm not that I'm not that confident with the way I
You're
look, let
like,
alone
I am not showing the goods to the world.
exactly. Yeah. Then it ends up a few years later on, Love After Lockup uncut.
That's funny because the latest season of 90 Day Fiance, there was a guy on there in particular that came out in his underwear, and a lot of women were saying, "Oh, now I see why she's marrying this guy," because it was very apparent that, well, he was very well endowed, apparently. And I'm just like, okay, that's
I'm just,
interesting. And you know that they probably sort of poke a little at that.
oh yeah. Yeah, it's just for me, I'm not one to go doing it. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Sean does it all the time, and it's like that's good for Sean, but that's not gonna be me.
Yeah, he says not doing it, Amber.
Yeah, ain't doing it. Ain't it.
We don't mind the shower scene so bad though.
Well,
we don't.
I'm way too modest for that.
I hear you. It's okay to have a little modesty. That's
And
all right.
I don't have my OnlyFans body going on anymore. So
And here I was getting ready to ask if we could put the link down here for your OnlyFans. I just knew
right.
you had that situation going on. Yo,
Yeah.
no OnlyFans. Like what? Everything is chaos. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, everything is chaos. That's true.
It's a great name.
Right. She is a friend of mine here in Arizona. She's a
Cool.
lovely girl. Yeah, she's really cool. I've had the pleasure of meeting some people, because it's interesting when the pandemic started. Everybody sort of went to, the internet to meet people because, we're sitting in our homes, not doing anything. That's how all this live stuff got started. And I met a lot of people through online. And then as time went on, I was like, I want to meet some in person. So I got to meet, some of these people in person, and they're all very amazing. So I can't wait to meet everybody. We're all going to have a ladies trip one of these days. And we may just end up in Kentucky.
Well, I've been wanting to get out to Arizona because it gets cold here, and I know it doesn't get that bad in Arizona. So.
No, actually, you know what? Last year or the year before, we actually got snow in the desert. It was weird.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was one of those things where you walk out and you go, okay, this is like apocalypse. Like, what's happening right now? This is not supposed to take place in Arizona. Not in the middle of the desert. But
yeah, that's weird. Yeah,
it's like the third time I think I've been here 22 years. It's like the third time I've seen snow in the actual, like, down in the desert. We go up north and there's tons of snow.
Right.
We can drive
Scottsdale gets some, right?
Yeah, Scottsdale got some. And you go northern here, we can go up north like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours or whatever. And one year we went, there was 44 inches of snow. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I'm short. I can't walk in this.
Yeah, that's just
Nobody
ridiculous.
can walk in this. We just kept sinking down in it to my hips. And I'm all, okay, I've had enough snow. So
I hate snow so much. It's like here we get snow maybe on a bad year we might get it 6 times a year, right? And it doesn't get that deep. I bought a snowblower just because I ain't wasting my time with it. I'm just gonna get it all out of the way and I'm done with it.
You just wanted to get a snowblower so you could say the word snowblower, right?
Actually, the best thing I ever did, the first day I got my snowblower, I go out because I told my neighbor, it's like, hey, I got a snowblower. If you want me to get your driveway, I'll get it for you, right? And so I go out. What do they do? He's already shoveled it. So I get out the snowblower and I go and just blew everything back onto his driveway just to mess with him. So it was funny.
Well, I know in Tennessee we don't get a lot. When I lived there, we didn't get a lot of snow, but we got ice storms.
Not a fan of ice storms either.
No, I don't remember the really bad year. I want to say it was 1990. It was in the early 1990s, and we had one of the worst ice storms I had ever been through my entire life. No power for 9 days. I was thanking God, and I had a little baby and a young, well, she was like 3 at the time.
Yeah.
And thank God for gas heat and gas stoves, because that is the one thing that we survived.
And Tennessee whiskey.
And Tennessee whiskey. Yeah, it was interesting how people that would bring us stuff could bring us milk and certain items. always had beer or whiskey. I'm like,
Of course.
of all the things for you to bring, that's the one thing you're going to make sure you get in your car is beer and whiskey.
Exactly. Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah. Milk, bread, and whiskey.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, Chaz, it has been amazing talking to you. I cannot wait to have another interview with you because when this season ends, I feel like we got a lot more to talk about.
There's a few surprises coming down the bed.
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm super excited. And maybe we'll bring on Miss Amber at that point. What do you think? She's super fun.
Amber is cool as hell.
Yeah, I know. Amber is very cool. I'm excited that I've gotten to know her a little bit. So it's been cool. Yes, Raquel, this has been a fun interview. Actually, I was worried because I thought, he seems very reserved and kind of quiet, but you talk quite a bit. I like it.
Thank you. I actually probably would have talked more, but I'm afraid of coughing too much in the mic.
Nah,
So.
we're all good.
Oh no, this mic's expensive. I don't want to cough into it.
Don't do that. Don't mess up the mic.
Yeah.
All right, Chaz. Well, I will say this. Thank you for coming on my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because I do cover a lot of the prison shows. Not sure why, but if you ever want to catch a live, feel free to come in, chat with everybody. Shade, I don't know where she went. Did she leave you?
Call me Shade. No.
Shade, if you're in here, he says, call me.
Just messing. She's taking ATM.
Well, yeah, ATM, but it sounds like it might not last.
Nah, I was just messing. Yeah, she's cool.
No, this was really fun. So yeah, we will definitely make a plan to do another live in the future. And I am so glad you came on. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been a blast too. And yeah, I definitely will do it again. It'd be a lot of fun.
All righty. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. And you have a fabulous evening. Okay.
All right. You too. Aloha. Bye.
Aloha. Yeah. How cute was that? I'm down. Have a good night. Yes, Amber. We need to do that. We need to do a collaboration and I don't know when you're due. I'm gonna message you. I'm gonna send you a DM and find out. Because I would like to send something for your little baby. Because I know you had a wish list, so I'm gonna send you something on your wish list. That is my donation for the day. I'm going to help out Miss Amber with her baby stuff. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to step out of here, but this was fun. He's actually really cool. I like him. All right, I will talk to everybody later. I'm going to cover Love After Lockup tomorrow. Thank you, Sarah B. Thank you. I appreciate that. Please don't forget to like on your way out. It's easy peasy. It's free. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for the questions. And thanks for your support. I appreciate it. And everybody, I will see y'all later. Bye.